form is their choice. So the black belt forms in Korea are standardized by the World Taekwondo Federation headquarters, which is called the Kukkiwon. And the form starting at black belt, the first form is called Koryo. The form for second degree is called Kumgang. And third dan is Sipjin, and it goes on up to 8th degree black belt. So they have to demonstrate two forms, one of the most recent forms and also one of their favorite forms. Any one of the, in our school system, we use the Taeguk forms, which come from the World Taekwondo Federation, which are required for black belt status if you're going to get certified in Korea through the Kukkiwon and the World Taekwondo Federation. And we also use Palgwe forms, which were a form set up by the World Taekwondo Federation when the association was first formed. We also use our school forms that are traditionally handed down from my instructor, from his instructor to him. So right now Philip is doing a form from our traditional style called Taekwondo number 6.
All right, in case you have just joined us, you're watching the 9th Annual Canadian Taekwondo Championships from Algonquin College here in Nepean. We're just waiting for these three gentlemen to finish their forms, and then we'll be heading over to the head table where the opening ceremonies will take place. And then, of course, we've got some great sparring for you today, so don't stick around, because it really is. This is the 4th time that I've actually been doing this, Kevin. It gets bigger and bigger just every year.
Yeah, every year we've got more competitors. Last year we had just a few black belt competitors. This year we've almost tripled the amount that...
Really?
Yeah. And last year we had a demonstration of a team from Toronto and a team from Ottawa. This year we're having 3 teams, one from Montreal, one from Toronto, and one from Ottawa. And what we're demonstrating is Olympic-style WTF Taekwondo. And because we're going to have Taekwondo in the Olympics in Barcelona in 1992. And we're doing it to promote the Olympic Games and to show people what Taekwondo looks like. So if they get to see it on the TV during the Olympics, then they'll know what to be looking for as far as points and scores, so they'll understand the game. All
right, we've got some very, very special, distinguished guests here this afternoon. Kevin, why don't you tell us who's all here?
All right, we have special guests from the Republic of Korean Embassy, the Minister, Mr. Taekyu Han, and the military attaché, Mukwanim Kim In-ju, and the Education Minister, Mr. Chan-ho Kim. The Korean Embassy, Taekwondo is Korea's national sport, so therefore whenever there's an event such as this, the Korean Embassy loves to get involved and come and spectate, because it's like football to us, or hockey. Some of our Taekwondo guests, we have Master Young Soo Chung, who's a Canadian national coach, and he runs the Ontario Training Center in Toronto, and he's also the coach for this year's Olympic Taekwondo team. Also, from Montreal, we have Master Kun Ha Kim, who's the Vice President of the WTF Taekwondo Association of Canada, and his wife. Master Sung Soo Pak from Arnprior, and his wife. We have Master Woo Young Chung, who's a featherweight Canadian champion. He's a 2-time World Cup champion, and he's a member of the 92 Canadian Olympic Taekwondo team. And hopefully he'll be demonstrating a little later today as well. We also have Master Young Singh, and also Colonel Bob Martineau, who's an organizer for Canadian Armed Forces Taekwondo team. He's also the organizer for the CISM Games, or military Taekwondo Games in Kingston next year. We have other guests, Marlene Catterall, who's MP for Ottawa West, Shayna Schuster, who's Chancellor of Nepean, Brian Amundsen, who's with a family patient, which is dealing with people who come in from out of country to have surgery or have medical care, and Mr. Lee works for the family patient doing translation for Koreans.
He does?
Yeah, he'll write letters translating from Korean to English and English to Korean for the group. Also, we have a special singer coming in for the Canada and for Canadian and Korean national anthems, Eun-hee Lee.
And there's Marlene Catterall and Shayna Schuster.
Right.
You're looking at now, and Burrow Gaffney as well.
We also have, as an international referee, Master Harry Tam from Brampton, Ontario. He was originally one of my instructor's students. He was my senior, and he moved to Brampton with his job, and received his 5th degree black belt this year. And also last year went to Colorado Springs, Colorado, and got his international referee license, which is why he'll be wearing a very bright colored suit, which we call the banana suit, but the referee sticks out. That way the competitors know who they're supposed to be competing and they're not hitting the referee.
Right.
We also have demonstrating on the demonstration team from Toronto. We have Canadian welterweight champion Mr. Jae-Hoon Lee. He's also ex-world champion, and he's Olympic team member this year for Canada. And we also have Syed Najim, who's a Canadian champion as well, and he'll also be representing Canada at the Olympics.
Excellent.
And we also have a woman champion. Her name is Angela Mitchell, and she's the Canadian heavyweight women's champion, and she'll be going to the Olympics for Canada. She defeated Yvonne Franson, who's been Canadian champion for quite a long time. She's won numerous medals. She was the only Canadian to win in Taekwondo to win a medal at the 1980 Olympics.
Now, we started, I mean, I've been doing these championships for, I guess, maybe 3 or 4 years. And I remember 3 or 4 years ago, Kevin, that it was a really generally small group of people. The crowds were generally small, family members of the competitors and so on. And here we are 4 years later, and it's just growing. It's just growing beyond what I thought. Taekwondo, how it was going to be accepted in the city. And I mean, you look here today and there are just hundreds of people in the stands who are watching the championships today. Why do you think it's grown so much?
Well, first of all, Taekwondo is aesthetically pleasing. You watch the sport, it's very exciting. If you have two very good competitors, people who train hard, it's an exciting match to watch. And you don't have to have any knockouts or injuries, although they may occur. You still can have two very good competitors, very talented competitors, having a very exciting match, and both of them come out uninjured, and it's just an exciting game. They have a really fast exchange of techniques. They use high-level techniques. They use speedy techniques. Mm-hmm. Some of the kicks have been clocked at almost 100 miles an hour, depending on the weight category, but the way the kicks are fired, etc.
Right.
So it's very much a crowd-pleasing event. Plus, many people have an interest in martial arts. And Taekwondo is not just a sport. It's also a traditional martial art, which has been going on for 2,000 years. So it gives them a chance to see both aspects. They see the sport through the sparring. Mm-hmm. They see some of the traditions through the forms competition that we're witnessing now. Mm-hmm. And we also will see some, through the demonstration team, some of the technical skills required in Taekwondo. Some technical skills some people can't achieve. If you have a 73-year-old man who joins Taekwondo, we don't expect him to do a 540 jumping kick in the air.
Right.
However, there are things that he can do. He can reach his personal best.
Do you feel that a lot of people today are getting their children involved in Taekwondo, or even young adults joining Taekwondo because of the self-defense aspect of the sport?
Self-defense is a big aspect, probably for the older people. And when I mean older, I mean late teens, maybe early 20s. They might get into it for self-defense. A lot of parents send their children in because it benefits a child's whole attitude. It develops them physically, keeps them physically strong and physically healthy, and also works on developing mind. Through the training, that there's no separation between the mind and body as far as Taekwondoists are concerned. So while you're developing a healthy mind, you're also developing a healthy attitude, mm-hmm. which is why many of these Taekwondo athletes or martial artists are not just competitors. They're also good people. They're very friendly. You'll see them fight ferociously on the floor, and then afterwards they'll go out together and party it up or whatever. So.
Right. And the age, what's the span of the ages of the kids that you're seeing joining the sport?
Well, we normally take children starting at age 5 or 6. We do take the odd 4-year-old, depending on how good their concentration is. Some 4-year-olds are really awesome. So generally between 5 and up. There's no time that we don't recommend anyone ever stop doing Taekwondo. One of my students started Taekwondo at the age of 73, and he just loves it. And he's always wanted to do it almost all his life. He's wanted to get into martial arts. And now he says he has time, so now he's taking the time to take the training. So again, it's for anybody because it's to develop your potential, not anybody else's. It's a competition for yourself, not for anybody else.
Tell us a little bit about the TaeELeeTournament school here in Ottawa.
Well, Mr. Lee, this is his 15th anniversary this year, and we're really proud of Master Lee and all of his achievements, what he's done in Canada and for the Ottawa area. Mr. Lee has grown from one school in the basement on Carling Avenue to two nice schools and some 40 branches in the Ottawa area that are run through community centers. They're basically community service. He started a non-profit organization known as the TaeELeeTournament Research Foundation, which is to help children with special needs. Taekwondo has, there have been at least 50,000 people go through Taekwondo in the Ottawa area alone through the TaeELeeTournament
Really?
system, yes. It's been proven through the way we do our training and some of the things we require of our students that it is beneficial for students. We check report cards twice a year, not just to say we're checking them. We actually check them, and
Right.
we give out awards to students who improve the most, or students who are continually maintaining their best. We do it for encouragement purposes. So you can see children who are at perhaps D level and not very motivated, and you'll all of a sudden see them with B's and C's and even A's sometimes. And we don't care if they go to straight A, because not everybody can be a straight A student, but they can achieve their personal best. And if I see a child go from C's to B's, that's an improvement, and we have to acknowledge it.
Right.
And in that respect, it really does affect the children, and we've seen a lot of young kids growing up and becoming good adults for it.
Right.
I've been teaching for Mr. Lee now almost 13 years, or almost 14 years, and I've seen children grow up from 10 and 11 years old. They're now teenagers. Some of them are teaching at universities on the Taekwondo programs. They're second-degree black belts. They don't do drugs. They are well-behaved. They're respectful. They're very good in school. They're generally nice people, and they're very hard-training athletes, and they're very serious and dedicated martial artists. So that's really the benefit. Parts of the benefits of the TaeELeeTournament system is, we try and make a complete person. The sport's there for those who want to get into it, but not everybody wants to go into Olympics. Not everybody wants to
Right.
go into national games. They just want to learn some self-defense or get in shape.
Do you feel that an awful lot of the schools that our youngsters are attending today tend to perhaps concentrate too much on the sport, and as a result, sometimes academically they're not doing so well?
In some cases, it might happen. Taekwondo schools that are geared strictly to sport, what happens is many of their students will have to prove themselves in school before they're allowed to train on the team. There are a few schools that may allow their students to train for an Olympic event or something and let them get out of school, and they make up the time later. There's one individual who's been because of his international competition, he's traveled so often that his schoolwork has been delayed, but he's making up for it now and finishing off, graduating from high school, and is going to go on to university. But most cases, we try to discourage giving up school. School is a primary
Absolutely.
thing for all our young students. We want them to get an education. It's more important than any Taekwondo can give them. And it benefits them. If they do well at Taekwondo, then we reward them, and they do well at school, and they do well at home. We have a really well-rounded system to make a good person.
Which parents must all, be very grateful for not only the social atmosphere that their child is going into, but also the development that they're getting from the whole organization and the school as a whole.
That's right.
Yeah.
Also,